Okay, we are back. Breakfast. Oh, Pooya, you're here. Oh my God. Oh my God, you're here. I was
Hey,
so worried. Oh
I,
my God.
I don't have as much energy to jump, Rob, but I'm very excited to see you too. Glad
Oh,
we both made it.
I'm so glad you're here. So worried about you.
We made it to breakfast.
We made it to
Woo!
breakfast. Boy. What's that breakfast spread? It's like some croissants, but there's some like cold cuts. What's
Yeah,
going on there?
we're in a castle. Why is the breakfast so mid? Like, why?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Traitors episode 2. We're here. We're doing this. What a fun day.
Doing good, Rob. Second episode done
Yeah.
and dusted. I'm still as excited as I was after the first
Yeah.
episode.
All right. All right. Our headlines at this hour. Okay. We came back. Reza dead. I thought that was the right call. But it actually maybe this should have gone with Brandy, and it might be her now.
Yeah, they really thought by taking out Reza, he was raising the most hell. I think they underestimated both Kate and Brandy on being able to raise hell.
Bravo fam came out and is ready to go.
It's they're in a corner right now. You take out one of their own. This is what they didn't realize. You take out someone they're aligned with, they're gonna try and get revenge and figure you out and get you out. And they seem to be decent on the reads because they put out some good names out there.
Okay. All right. If you have questions for us here in this episode, you can post them in the chat. If you're watching us here live, we will take those at the end. We are not looking at the chat, trying to actively avoid the spoilers here as we are going through all of Traitors here today. Our episode 2 recap underway. So, all right, Pooya. So this was, I thought, a very exciting episode. We got to see the first breakfast. We got to see everybody get together to see who was missing. Then had a long challenge, the whole saga with Michael and Geraldine. Got to be honest, still don't really understand the point of the challenges.
We'll get more of a reasoning soon enough. But yeah, for now, they're just, let's put some money in it, but also if you don't, it's fine.
Get that money, baby. Yep.
Yeah.
And then we had our very dramatic first ceremony here, our first banishment ceremony. Is that the correct terminology?
Yeah, banishment roundtable, banishment ceremony.
Yep. And then ultimately we saw where it was Geraldine, the first person eliminated from the game. And then we had left it on our cliffhanger of who is going to be the next person. Honestly, we didn't even get a cliffhanger. We didn't even get presented with multiple options. It was like, yeah, Brandy's talking about you. Like, well, we should kill her, right? They didn't even throw out another name.
Right. Which to me, Rob, I think Brandy's not going to get killed here.
Who else could it be? I mean, who else could you potentially see as being the person? Is there anybody else logically I guess Kate?
I mean, Kate is the other shout there for them if they're trying to go back to the same weekend Brandy. Because here's the thing with Cody, right? He's in the car when Brandy brings out Cerie's name. Ultimately, he's not the only one in the car. I feel like if you take out Brandy, the people in that car that were not Cody are immediately going to think, you know what? Maybe Brandy was onto them and they got rid of her. So I don't think it's going to be Brandy. Yeah. It could be Kate. It could be someone. Yeah. And Kate was someone who was, technically the most vocal against Michael, who, if you want to put more sus on him, you get rid of Kate there, which I don't want.
So in that car, that's Cody and Brandy and Kyle. Is it one color that they are together? That I know Cody and Kyle and Brandy, they are all on the same team. So, was that the yellow team in the car? Could it be potentially somebody from the yellow team, like a Kyle?
I think so. It's possible. I don't know, Rob. I feel like at this point, you do not want to take out anyone from that car. I feel like that's the mistake. Because was it blue team's the one who didn't clear the challenge, right? They're the ones who ultimately were not able to bring out. you take someone out from the blue team. I think that's the move. I think it's a easier one to go with.
I mean, not to do too much of an edit reading, we did get Andy concerned that they screwed up the challenge. Again, I don't know why the Traitors would be concerning themselves with somebody unless they feel like, oh, we got this money in the bag. We can't have somebody who's going to be blowing the challenges. But to me, it seemed like pretty cut and dry that it could be Brandy. And I have to, again, give it up to Bravo fam, Pooya, because Brandy and Kate are killing it on this show. I mean, not maybe being killed also. They are bringing so much.
They're bringing in a lot. They're bringing the heat. They're bringing the drama. They're bringing the correct guesses. What else do you want from them? What else do you want from them outside of them being a part of the Traitors as well, which they are not. They are faithfuls. But this is exactly what you want. You want them to be there to kind of lubricate the drama as it goes along, while there's 10 people that haven't really ever been in the lion's den like this before.
So, all right. Danger of detection for Cirie and Cody and for Christian. Christian, we've been new, doing a bad job in terms of getting people we saw a lot of people talking about how obvious it was and how much that Christian, even though that Michael has sort of been out in front more, like Christian, I feel like is not far behind. What do you think about how Cody is doing? That I thought it was interesting that he opened up the conversation at the banishment ceremony and really took a little bit of an HOH type position.
Yeah, I don't love that. I don't care if you're someone who cannot stand silence and you have to fill it. In a situation like that, let anyone else open the floor.
Yeah. Because Cirie is taking the opposite approach. I thought it was interesting. Cody started that conversation where he was opened it up and he said, and I quote, "Well, obviously, I have no problem getting it started." I was like, "Well, why is that obvious?"
Yeah, I don't know. Have you been very vocal otherwise that everyone else would know? Yeah. Because again, he doesn't just open the conversation, or he opens it and then he names the two people that everyone's been talking about all day.
He throws out Geraldine and Michael, and then Christian is piling on. So you got two guys from the Traitors who are sort of really setting this into motion. And you've watched, so many of these mafia games and have a sense of from all among us of who's sus. I feel like that for them to be so vocal early on, I feel like that Cirie has a little bit more of the right approach.
Yes, because I do think the approach is you want to be in the position where you're contributing to the group thought process of figuring people out. You do not want to be the one always with the mic in hand. You don't want to be the one the most vocal, because, very interestingly, Andy does mention that they think Christian is always the first one to the mic, always the first one to talk. And the more he does that, the more he seems suspect, because you're trying to lead everyone in a way so that no one's looking at you. And it's kind of counterintuitive to contribute too much, whether you're a faithful or a traitor, because it can look suspicious because you're constantly trying to control the ship.
Let's talk a little bit about the Michael versus Geraldine. Michael, a godsend to the Traitors. He is a hot mess.
Oh, hot mess is putting it lightly. This is scorching mess. This is a lot. Yeah. Michael kind of got diarrhea of the mouth at the, first of all, at the challenge, and then later at the round table. But then it's funny because his opponent, Geraldine, was the most silent person at the round table, and her name kept coming up. So two different approaches here.
Yeah, what exactly went wrong for Geraldine? Because Michael, really started throwing her name out because allegedly she claimed that Michael and Reza had some sort of altercation, which I could use the flashback. I have no idea if that even happened in the show.
They gave us a flashback. It wasn't an altercation as much as it was Reza yelling out instructions and then Michael being like, can we be nice? Can we speak in a nice manner and not do that? And that was it. It didn't feel like it was a lot. I would not put that down as an altercation. I feel like that specific word could have been her undoing. If she had said they were yelling back and forth a little bit, that sounds different.
So Michael just is gonna run with that, and he is going to try to tank Geraldine the whole way through. And we saw that at the mansion, but then also in the challenge, hilariously, to Kate, like while they're running. She's like, "Well, are we doing this right now? Why? What are you doing?"
Not only is it weirdo behavior to do it while you're in the middle of a challenge, so out there, but then also to threaten the person you're trying to convince to vote with you of,
I'm kidding.
how is that a joke?
Kidding, not kidding. Yeah.
It didn't sound sarcastic. It didn't sound comedic. It just sounded like a threat. There's no other way you can look at that.
Yeah. And then Kyle comes out of the grave, and then it's like, hey, we're doing Geraldine tonight. Like, what?
It's like, dude, I just got out of a casket. Can I at least enjoy life once again for 2 minutes?
I mean, he's lucky that he didn't like, Kyle, just so you know, I know you're in the grave right now, but we're doing Geraldine tonight. Okay. Yeah. Copy.
I'm buried alive. Yeah, forget that. We're voting Geraldine. Are you in, or are you going to stay in the coffin forever? Because we won't get you otherwise. You're voting Geraldine tonight.
So, Michael, he's going to bed. I'm like, dude, you're good. You're good. No way. No way the traitors are coming for you.
Yeah, this was the best thing to happen to you. You're the one person that can sleep safe tonight. Easy.
Yeah. You're fine. You're fine. So I thought it was interesting. It was such a split vote in the House that it really came down to ultimately, did we get a final vote count? I'm not sure. Like, I guess it's 19 votes total. So I don't know. Was it? I
think by
10 to 8.
I think by the end we got like close to like. 8? Well, there was one vote. No, was there one? It was something like that. It was close in the beginning. It got to like 6-6, 6-5, and then it just became more of a blowout.
I think it was tied 8-8, and then we had Lochte and Bam, and then Stephanie.
11-8. Yeah, 11-8. What's interesting, Rob, is that, did you know you could spell Geraldine's name 17 different ways?
The chalkboard is not working. I mean, so I guess we're used to, like, when we play Mafia, like, it's down to like this person or that person. So I thought, it would have been that, but I guess everybody has their chalkboard, and then you saw all the different spellings of Geraldine. I think they could probably just say G or an M for Gerald, but I guess because you could vote for anybody, it's not just a simple, binary choice, one or the other.
Yeah, we go back to our alphabet talk earlier, and there is only one person with the letter G, and there actually is only one person with the letter M. So that could have worked out for these two specifically.
Yeah, but they also get to say what it is. So I think that, for instance, of trying to write out Geraldine, maybe we'll say like, G. By the time we got to like Ryan Lochte and Bam, they went GD, G. So maybe that's what we're gonna have going on. But poor Geraldine.
She, unlike the Black Panther, she froze. She froze hard in the round table. And I feel like that was her ultimate demise, where she just didn't really defend herself. She kind of stood there and took it. And I think that made it a lot easier for everyone to just put her name down.
And I know we don't see everything, but I felt like she could have like used a little like, hey, y'all, I'm not a traitor. Just like, you got to believe me.
Yeah, like I didn't do anything. Yeah, because I mean, when everyone's hurling accusations of, you said that these two had a confrontation, had an argument, and you're not really saying, well, I didn't mean it, like it was like a whole, like you didn't even justify any of it, which I think adds to the now suspicions of, ooh, I think she got caught and she's not defending herself. So
I don't know. Like we got down to like Bam, who ultimately was the deciding vote. And he's like, I got to base it off of body language. And there's Geraldine like perfectly still. And Michael is like, oh my God. I don't know. I thought he had the worst body language of the two of them.
Yeah.
But ultimately it's going to be Geraldine. We got to see the first circle of truth. Circle of truth.
Yes.
And they come forward and they say, are you faithful or you're a traitor? I thought that was an interesting mechanic, Pooya, because In the Mafia games that I've played, you don't know if the person you just ended up voting out was a person who was a faithful or a traitor in those games. But here, I guess, is that important for the show to know how many traitors are left in the game?
I think it just helps the faithfuls to figure out if they're on the right scent or not. Because if they're not, now they're going to look at the round table even with more eyes, right? They're going to look back and be like, you know what, during the round table, I feel like some person just kind of voted with me. This person said, I don't even know. So they put a name down. So people like that can get sussed now a little bit more. Michael gets kind of exonerated a little bit, maybe, or there's more eyes on him because like you said Geraldine, and she was good. So you must be bad. So I feel like it helps from that regard. And it helps the traders in a way because then, again, everyone playing with every bit of information they get, it works. They need nuggets, Rob. They don't have a lot of nuggets. They have the challenge.
Yeah.
As the connoisseur of the fancy chicken meal. Fancy said no one. I don't know why I said that. Rob, it's too early. I'm on my second coffee. Allow it. But I do think it helps because paranoia is running rampant, and any little bit of information they can get could help set that up even further and make it even stretch out more. Whereas I feel like when we play games like Mafia, or if you play a game like Among Us and you don't have the reveal of who's out, who's in, you don't know, and you're kind of assuming whatever the read could be right or wrong, but you're not going off of enough. That might make people play conservatively. Whereas here, if you you just got out of Faithful, you're like, all right, I need to pay more attention. I need to do a little bit more. And I think that's more compelling for television.
Just from a production standpoint, and I don't know if this is mentioned in the Traitors UK, like how does production prevent the Traitors from being wiped out and it being a 4-episode season of the show?
So I can tell you this, in the UK version, in the event that a traitor goes out, they have an option to recruit someone new.
Okay.
They do have an option to recruit someone new. So we could see, given how Christian's going, we could see this come out a lot sooner rather than later.
Will there always be 3 traitors?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Because I guess I can tell you further, I can leave it, Rob. Your choice.
Okay. Is that are there always a minimum number of traitors based on how many people are total in the game?
No.
Okay. All right, let's leave it at that. Okay. I won't overthink that.
We'll get there soon enough.
Okay. Anything from the Buried Alive challenge you want to highlight? Did that work for you?
Yeah, it's fine, right? It's fine. There's a map. People are running with the map. Geraldine kind of got a little bit of suspicions on her because she was running away with holding the map.
Why?
And they thought,
from Michael. Only from Michael, who already like she took the map. See, she's a traitor. We gotta vote her out.
I feel like playing the game as a faithful, the way Michael did, is a double-edged sword, because either you're on the money and you get out a traitor and now you're a hero, or you mess up so bad and you blow your social capital, which is still kind of good because then the traitors will not kill you, but the odds of you getting banished increase, because if people go into the next roundtable and they don't really know who to look for, they'll just vote him out because, again, he's a bit of a liability. It's easy. So not great gameplay. The rest of the Buried Alive, it was fine. They made what, 20 grand out of a possible 30.
Okay, that's fine.
Good for them.
So one of the best moments of the show is just how much Brandy has come to hate Christian. She called him the Incredible Hulk. He was like a maniac with the shovel. He hit Brandy with the shovel, and Brandy, as he like walks through the room, like Brandy is like, okay, we got to vote out Michael, but also Christian walks through. She gives him the finger and talks about the shovel incident.
And I peed a little.
He hit her with the shovel, and then she peed.
A little pee came out. That's how I took it. It's like, sometimes if you get hit in the gut on accident because you're not expecting it, you're a little loose. I don't know. Do I know a lot about the body? Not really. Does that work? Is that a thing?
And I peed a little.
Yeah.
Could happen.
I mean, it was a little.
Not a lot. It was on a whole like peed my pants situation. It was a little pee.
Luckily for Brandy, on the yellow team.
Yes, exactly. Already thematic.
Yeah. But I loved the moment where after, okay, it turns out Geraldine, I'm loyal. I'm loyal. And Kate and Brandy come out and they're like, you idiots. We told you, you morons. I loved it so much. They're saying,
Where's my wine? I don't feel bad about idiots.
Idiots. Idiots.
And did they miss? No.
No. I mean,
Yeah.
Michael's not a traitor either. So, you know, but they got to really call their shot. And then Christian says, boy, Geraldine, she was the type of, they're like, Kate's like, oh, you're eulogizing her now? You buried her. I mean, she wasn't buried. But
right.
You were led the charge.
Christian is so gonna get caught early. Like this is awful for him. I feel like
I love
it's great.
Okay. Any other highlights from episode number 2 for you, Pooya?
I would like to update our power ranking of the traitors being detected at this point.
Yes.
So in the first episode, we kind of agreed Cody most likely to get caught, then Christian, then Suri. I think we flip Cody and Christian at this point. I think Christian far and wide has more names out there than the other two.
I've never been off of Christian. It's the most likely to get caught. Maybe, honestly, the one person that I really want to keep my eye on is Rachel Riley, who had a quiet second episode, which is, you know, very un-Rachel-like. But she mentioned something about that she she said talked about Cody as like even Cody.
Yes.
That Rachel has not forgotten about Cody. And while that we've heard a lot about Christian, Brandy's theory about Suri, but I'm telling you, Rachel, if Rachel and Brandy, who that I feel like that they're on like similar vibes, I think that if they paired up, I think that they could be a very dangerous combo. And if we see Kate potentially go out and Brandy needs a new number one, like watch out if Brandy and Rachel get together.
Yes. And that's the thing for me is Rachel's playing this very smart. I think Rachel's playing this incredibly smart. No, potentially thinking you know a traitor and keeping that information to yourself can be beneficial because at best you push that name, they get them voted out, they're confirmed traitor, and then you don't survive the night. That could very well happen if you come out with a very strong arsenal there. I think playing it silent right now, and even if she fully thinks it's Cody, as long as Cody doesn't kill me, I'm living, I'm fine. So that's good. That's all good. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Rachel. And hey, if Brandy survives, if Kate survives, that's a trio I wouldn't mind rooting for as far as faithfuls go.
Okay. Pooya, I want to keep these tight, get back into our episode 3 watch party. Anything else you want to say about episode number 2?
Listen, we didn't get to talk about this, but Reza went out, and I'm very sad about it. Reza looked very sad about it. Yeah, he was great. I wish the audience could have seen more of him, because as someone who's watched his other show, I think he could have offered. He's never been on a competitive reality show, and I feel like this was where he was going to shine. Unfortunately, this wasn't the show for him. Yeah, but we'll see how the rest of the season goes. I'm very
Traitors, kill the boring people. Okay. Yeah. You know, Geraldine, like, I'm sure was a nice person, but I had no problem. I am always going to be rooting for the banishment of the people that are like, keep Michael, Geraldine, you can go. And hopefully the traitors, like there's some randos out there that look, would be much better for us viewers of the traitors to kill than Brandy Glanville. Just think it over.
Can we throw up an Azra watch? Where has she been? I have not seen her on this show yet. 2 episodes deep.
Yeah.
So
that Azra did have something. Angelica also either.
Angelica had one confessional that I remember.
You get really 3 of the Amanda, Angelica, Azra. take your pick, Traitors. Go for it.
Yeah, I remember what I remember from Amanda is she said, as an ER nurse, I have reads, and I think that's when she was saying Michael is bad. That's all I remember. Angelica, I remember having a confessional during the Buried Alive challenge. Do not remember Azra being there at all.
And I don't want to pick on just the women. Bam, not bringing much to the table other than a great name
and being part of the Beanie Boys, which is apparently a thing.
And honestly, like I know we're talking about the newbies, but like Ari and Kyle, not doing a lot either. So it's been quiet. And Ryan Lochte, other than looking for the secret passage, not doing a lot. So please, target some of the people that aren't doing good TV. All right, Pooya. Anything else?
Let's get to episode 3. Yeah. Okay. I'm excited.
All right. So we're going to leave it here. For those of you joining us in the real time, we will be back at 3 p.m. Eastern for our episode number 3 recap. And then we will talk about everything that is going on there. Thank you so much for joining us for episode number 2. And we'll be back real soon to talk episode number